This is Heather Arielle with House of Astrology, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this whole coronavirus COVID-19 experience that we're going through. A lot of you have reached out to me, and so many of us right now are in fear mode. And so a lot of you have reached out and have said, I've prepared. I've got my toilet paper. I'm working from home. I've got water. I'm practicing social distancing, but some of my clients just can't stop worrying. So that's why I wanted to make this video, because in times of chaos like this, in times of a pandemic, it is more important than ever that we stay committed to our spiritual routine, that we stay present with our energy, right? And that whatever our spiritual routine is, if it involves meditation, walks in nature, whatever it is, it's really important to be consistent with that. And so, yes, number one, be prepared. Let's be in prepare mode. But once you've done that checklist, once you have your supplies, you're working from home, and okay, you've done it, there's no reason to continue to be in fear mode. And think about it. When you're living, most of us are living with at least one other person. And so if one person in the home is in a panic state, that is very infectious and contagious. And then all of a sudden, everybody in the home is like this, and it gets very hard. So I want to talk about, well, what can we do to stay balanced, right? Centered, grounded, and how can we stay in joy mode? It almost seems impossible in a time of a crisis, but it isn't. So that's what I'm going to talk about. So imagine if when you're with some other people in your home, and you come into a room, and there's a family member there who's totally panicked. Even though you've got your supplies, you're doing everything that you can do, social distancing, everything that you can do, you're doing it. Well, there are a couple of choices. One, you can join that fear mode, and then you have two people in the room all panicked, and then before you know it, you have a whole house full, right? Or you can do activities that will keep you in joy mode, which is what we're going to talk about. So then when you enter that room, no matter if everyone else in your home is in fear mode, is in panic mode, it doesn't mean you have to be. You walk into the room with your balance, with your grace, with your groundedness, with your joy. And guess what? Joy mode is just as contagious and infectious as fear mode. So don't think that they have all the power. Now, so how can we do that? Let's talk about the balance, and then we're going to talk about the joy. So, one, I mentioned meditation. It's more important than ever. If you do meditation, stick with it. I love transcendental meditation, but there's mindfulness, there's Shambhala, just pick a meditation that speaks to you. And if you aren't quite ready for meditation, then do pranayama. Pranayama is such a simple. It's alternate nostril breathing. It's so simple to do, and you can do it for just 5 minutes a day, and it actually has a physical response in the body, and it just helps to ground you. So I'm just going to do it for a couple seconds just so you all know. So pranayama, you take your thumb, you put it on your right nostril, and you just breathe out your left. Then you breathe in, and you breathe in your left nostril, and you take your third and fourth finger and then place it on your left nostril. So your right thumb on your right nostril, breathe out. Breathe in through your left nostril, close your left nostril with your third and fourth finger, breathe out your right nostril. And this should be effortless. Don't put any pressure on yourself. Some of these yoga classes, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, breathe in, 2, 3, and it's like, oh, this is very stressful. So just go at your own pace, all right? You just do the alternate nostril breathing whatever your own pace is. Do it for a few minutes a day. That's very grounding. And as I said, if you want to look into some of the meditations, TM builds alpha waves, mindfulness builds theta waves. So we got, you want to get some good waves going on, do some meditation. Now, nature. Okay, nature is really rejuvenative, and for a scientific reason. It actually builds a very powerful neurotransmitter in the temporal lobe, GABA. GABA is a stabilizing neurotransmitter, and we can build it when we are interact with nature. So if you go for a hike out in nature, you can build this. Now, some of you may say, "Hey, Heather Arielle, I'm in a city. I'm in an apartment building. There's no nature going on." Well, to you I say, how about going on a virtual hike? There, a few years ago, the most amazing virtual tours of national parks came out, and there's got to be more now. So there's no excuse. If you're home, you can watch, and I think I should have written the name down, The Hidden Worlds. I'm pretty sure The Hidden Worlds of the National Parks. But you can Google virtual tours, national parks. But I watched something called The Hidden Worlds of National Parks. Oh my gosh, it is transportive. It is transcendent. I mean, you feel as if you are taking a hike in a park, and it's just gorgeous. So that's calming. So spending an hour connected to nature, build that stabilizing neurotransmitter. Now, what about the joy, right? Okay, the question you should be asking yourself is, what activities can I do that will bring a smile to my face and that will bring me joy? So I'm going to share what I like to do, and then if this is so personal, just ask yourself the question and then share with us. Comment, let us know, because we're all in this together, and we're living in these small these small environments right now, but there's so much that we can do. So I love the Marx Brothers. Oh my gosh, it's impossible for me to watch the Marx Brothers and not laugh. It's just impossible. I also love Ellen DeGeneres. Even it doesn't matter what she's talking about. There's something about her grace and kindness and humor. I have a smile on my face whenever I'm watching Ellen DeGeneres. So you have to ask yourself, well, what can you watch, right? What can you do that's going to make you laugh, going to bring joy? I even like a lot of these. I mean, people make fun of these little YouTube videos with the cute animals. I love them. I smile. So just make your list. I also love to read, so it's a great time. You got books in your home. If your Wi-Fi goes out, if the electricity, read a good book, journal, get some paints out. Get some paints out now and some paper, and you can be painting some things. You can be drawing. Dancing. Listen to music that makes you want to dance and move, especially if you feel you can't get outside, because you want to get that activity, and dancing is so much fun. So these are things. So instead of being in that worry fear mode where, all you're thinking about is, oh my gosh, what's going to happen if I get this? Be in the joy mode of, oh, what can I do to laugh? What could I do what song could I listen to that would make me want to dance? Think about that, right? So think about those things. So right now, it's more important than ever that we stay present with our energy. We keep doing the beautiful spiritual activities that ground us, balance us, unravel grief, meditation, nature. Take your virtual tours, watch the movies that make you laugh, the joy, and doesn't matter what mood or what mode anyone else is in, who you have to be around with, who's living with you, right? It doesn't matter. You have control over your mode, right? So choose the joy mode. Now, just to reiterate, I am saying, of course, be responsible, right? This is only be prepared. Get your supplies, practice social distancing, listen to the scientists, listen to the doctors, and do what they say, and make sure that every day you get an update so you are prepared. But I'm saying, once you're prepared, all that other stuff, that is just excess. It's not needed, that worry and that fear. And also, I should say, laughing, it boosts the whole immune system. So I'm also giving you things to boost GABA, to create beautiful alpha waves that are healing, neurotransmitters that are healing, and boost your immune system. So I'm telling you things to do that will have a positive physical impact on you. So we're all in this together. Please share some of the wonderful things that you are doing that are bringing that are keeping you in joy mode, because that's going to empower others. That's going to help us, because I've just shared some things that I like to do, but it's so personal. Share with what you want to do. And I thought of one more thing that I love. You know, I love to go to museums, and I love to look at art, and I'm not doing that right now. I'm in Kentucky, so that's a little limited, but they have beautiful virtual tours of museums in Europe. Oh my gosh, Europe has the most amazing museums. And I take a virtual tour every day of a different museum. It's as if you're there and you're exposed to art. So, I mean, I am sure that there's a virtual tour. There's even a virtual tour on a distillery in Kentucky. So, you know what? Just think about, what do you want to take a virtual tour of? There's going to be a tour for you to take, right? So, okay, share, seek the joy. And that's actually something that my acting teacher, Carol Fox Prescott, used to say. So I want to quote her. But she taught me that a long time ago. Seek the joy and share the passion. And boy, did I take that message to heart. So be prepared, listen to the scientists, but seek the joy always, and connect and share your passion. This is Heather Arielle, House of Astrology.